Alright, let's talk about the Huns. When you hear the name, you probably picture a horde of savage horsemen pouring out of the east and force of nature that only existed to burn and pillage. And you're not entirely wrong, but what's fascinating is that their most effective tool wasn't just the sword, it was the unique and terrifying form of diplomacy. The Huns didn't negotiate, they specialized in psychological warfare delivered at 40 miles an hour. Imagine you're a Roman senator or a Gothic king. You spend your life playing a game of political chess. You send envoys, you write carefully worded letters, you form alliances, you backstab your neighbors. It's all very civilized. Then suddenly these guys show up. They don't send a letter, they don't request an audience, they just appear on a horizon, a dust cloud of terrifying horsemen who look like they were assembled from spare parts and nightmares. Their entire foreign policy was based on simple, single principle: overwhelming, immediate and unpredictable terror. Before you could even muster your army, they were already at your gates. Their speed was their greatest weapon. The Huns and their horses were one entity, living and fighting together, capable of covering vast distances that infantry armies couldn't even dream of. They were the original shock and awe. This created a diplomatic environment when the Huns held all the cards, and negotiation with them wasn't a back and forth, it was a one-sided conversation that went something like this: "Hello, we are the Huns, we have traveled very quickly to be here, notice how we are already inside your borders. Now give us all your gold or we will kill everyone and take your gold anyway. Your choice." This wasn't a threat, it was a business proposal with a very clear and immediate deadline. The master of this approach was of course Attila. He wasn't just a brute, he was a master manipulator who understood that fear was more valuable than fighting. He would show up with his massive multi-ethnic horde, and his mere presence was enough to make entire empires cough up massive tributes. The Eastern Roman Empire paid him an annual subsidy of 2100 pounds of gold just to go away. Think about it, they didn't defeat him in battle, they just put him on retainer. He was the world's most terrifying and successful protection racketeer. Attila's diplomacy was a performance arc. He'd make impossible demands, watch his enemies scramble to meet them, and then raise the price again. He played the Romans and the Goths against each other, a master puppeteer pulling strings from the back of a horse. He didn't need complex treaties because his contract was enforced by the constant credible threat of instantaneous annihilation. So the Huns didn't have a diplomatic corps. They had a psychological warfare division that rode on a horseback. Their negotiations were just a prelude to plunder, and their treaties were written in the languages of fear. They didn't build empires with stone and law, they built them with dust and dread. They were the ultimate proof that sometimes the most effective way to get what you want is just show up, look terrifying, and let the other guy talk himself into giving you everything you ask for.